Hi everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. I need to apologize about the intro being a little bit unorganized. My son is watching TV. It's a Friday. It's kind of crappy outside, so he's not allowed to play outside right now. And I just really need to get this intro done so that I can create this layout. This is going to be kind of a fun layout. I am still working through all of the fun challenges that we have for National Scrapbooking Day. Remember, you have all month long to play. Just use our hashtag SMSNSD17. And we did collaborate with Wild Whisper, so their hashtag as well as hashtag WWINSD17. So you can use that one as well. But I'm going to take on Rachel's challenge, which was for the Sunday the 7th, May 7th challenge at 7 a.m. and it was match those sequins. So I did it a little bit backwards, and I have these frames I really want to use on a layout, and you know, now that I've done this, I even like it like that. I don't know what the layout will be. Again, I really apologize about my son. But these are the frames I want to use, and I'm determined to use all of them on a layout. Jackson, quiet time please. And I grabbed 3 different... Shh, Jackson, Mommy's trying to talk. Can you be quiet? So I've grabbed 3 different sets that I want to use, and a funny story about these ones. So these are Raspberry Daisy Dream. I bought them. I knew I had bought them and lost them. And I was really sad about it. And then I've been going through my supplies and just kind of organizing and decluttering, and I found them. So I'm really excited, and they kind of have the right color tones. The blue is a little bit off with the frame, but it could work. And then the other 2 I've picked to maybe use, I haven't decided which one I'm going to use yet, is the Hey Kiddo, which I believe is meant to match Shimmerz Lane's line that came out. So those are really pretty. And then I also have Free Spirit, and I'm not exactly sure which line this was meant to collaborate with. Maybe that Cocoa Vanilla. I'm not sure, because I've been on a spending freeze. I haven't bought any new collections, so I don't know what anything's supposed to match. But they're beautiful. So, and these have the yellow that I'm hoping to bring in, and these really match. Like this frame, it really matches that frame. So, and this one does too. They all do. This one just happens to have the yellow I need. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm excited, and this is just kind of my starting off point. So I'll get you on fast forward.
So I've decided on my photos, and as you can see, they are photos of Sean and myself. This is photos my sister took while I was in labor with Nora, and I really wanted to do this layout just talking about how Sean is always right there for me. So that's kind of what this is about. So I knew I wanted to do a tiny bit of mixed media. It's not going to be a lot. It's just going to be some paint strokes. I've really been enjoying looking at layouts that have that lately. So I'm grabbing some of my shimmers. I'll make sure to have the list of the... I actually end up using 5. I'll have them in the description box below if you want to check that out at the shop and get those. But I just, as you can see, that's all I did. I went, did purple at the top, and then I worked my way down. I used green, my teal, that yellow, and then I also used a more brighter pink purpley color. And as you can see, I was showing you quickly, I did that by matching it to the frame. I loved that frame. It's one of my all-time favorite frames, and I was just matching the colors to that. So that's how I came up with the pattern and how I want to do it. And then just a few sprinkles in the more pinky color and the teal. And that teal I know is Osei Can You See, because it is my favorite. It's so pretty. I am a huge teal fan. And so I really like the way that that turned out. And because there's going to be frames on it and lots of other things, really it ends up kind of just being a background, but it turns into almost a soft background piece. And now I need to decide which frames I want to use to highlight my photos. I have this one photo, and really this yellow frame was the only one that was going to work because I wanted my head to be in there. Secretly, I like the way my hair looked from behind, so I wanted to make sure that that was there. But it also captures Sean holding my hand. And that's kind of what this is about, is through my entire the entire labor with Nora, I was in more pain than I was with when I had Jackson, and I needed a little bit more support than with Jackson, and Sean was just right there the whole time, and he held my hand, and it was just wonderful to have someone. I mean, I know probably everyone's husbands are right there, but it's just such a comfort to have him there when you're just in so much pain and, you know, dying. So that's just kind of what these photos are. But because I wanted that yellow frame there, the orientation then became wrong. So I had to figure out how to flip it and make it work. And in my mind, at that moment, I could not think of how to rotate it, when really all I needed to do was flop my photos. So you can see I've done that now, but it took me a minute. I had to walk away from my layout and come back because I just couldn't think of how to do that. So this is how the frames are going to look, and I really love that now that it's all situated correctly. And I'm going to make 3 little shaker pockets in the other frames. So in the first frame, I'm adding all of the sequins colors, and I'm using both the Hey Kiddo and the Free Spirit mixes. One of them had more of the yellows, so that was perfect, and the other one had more of the blues, and I wanted to make sure I had a nice mixture of both of them. And then in the other frames, one of them, the other purple one's going to have just blue sequins, and the multicolor one is going to have the yellow and the maroon colored sequences as well. So that's how I'm going to decorate those. And now I'm going to work on my title. So originally I was just going to title this By My Side. I thought it was nice and simple and it worked. But as I'm placing them there, I'm finding this layout is becoming a little too simplistic, and I didn't really know how to make it just kind of jive with what I was wanting. But in the end, I decided maybe the best way to do it would be to add more words to my title. Now, I didn't want to just use Always By My Side because that makes me think of that song, and I didn't want you to be singing that song, although I'm sure you'll sing that song anyways. So instead, I'm going to rearrange the letters, and I'm using all of my thickers that have been open and are really close to being used up. I am determined to use up my stash. I'm in the middle of a huge spending freeze. I know I say this all the time, but I'm really trying to get stuff used up. And what I end up titling this instead is Always Right There By My Side, because that is true. He is always right there by my side, and he might not be physically right there, but I know he's always emotionally there to be supportive and just awesome. So that's the new title, and I love the way it turns out, and it really helps your eye move across the photos and the layout, and you really get the point, and I love that. And so I'm just kind of playing around here. I guess I could have cut a little bit of this out. I apologize, but it was one of those things where I was really in the groove of this layout, and I recorded a lot more than I normally do, which is why this video is a little bit longer than normal. And so I'm using some Amy Tan, those transparent stickers that were really popular maybe 2.5, 3 years ago now. I still have almost every font that she created, and I am still in love with these. I have made so many words, and I just love them. I wish she would make more, and I wish they would make thickers like they made these alphas, because it was so easy to use so many words, and it was such a good deal. Like, come on, thickers, step it up. Let's do that. And then the other two, I'm not exactly sure where they're from, but they have definitely been used. I've made quite a few words with those too, and those white ones I had to make a 5 into an S and a 3 into an E, so that tells you how low I am. So, done with my title now, and I'm going to just rip the top and the bottom of this layout. I was considering maybe doing a full border, but then I thought, well, wouldn't it be a little bit neater to just do a top and a bottom border? But this, because I did mixed media, it was a little flimsy, so I decided to just rip it and then place it on top of that Simple Stories paper instead. And that is from, I think it was this Valentine's Day collection, and it's beautiful floral. It's very, very pretty and soft, which kind of lends to the rest of this layout, which is kind of soft as well. I also fussy cut from that same Simple Stories collection some of these flowers. I only took the blue and pink, the lighter colors. There was some black in that, but I didn't want to use the black. And then I'm just going to go through some of my embellishments here. I'm really showing you how I look through my embellishments. You can see I have this huge just pile. These are all of my stickers, and this is how I do my layouts every single time. I am not one that can just grab a few supplies and just start scrapping. I have to look through all of my stickers to make sure that I'm not missing that perfect sticker or that perfect embellishment. And this is why it takes me so long to scrap, but it's part of my process and it's the part I love the most. So I'm just gonna go with it. And that little sticker that says favorite, it's the wrong shade of yellow for sure. It's not the right shade, but I didn't care. And I was so excited to get that on that layout because I have had that sticker on a sticker sheet for a very, very long time. And it was literally the only sticker I had left on that sticker sheet. And I just kept hoarding that sticker sheet. So I'm very happy to say that the Maggie Home sticker sheet that came from is now in the trash. So yay, I finally got rid of something. And also those little triangles, those are from the On Trend 2 collection. And I really had no idea how to use those. And I finally was like, I'm just going to get them on this page and I'm going to make it work. So they are a little off. They look a little weird up there, but I'm just going with it. I also added that kind of bright feather there. That was something that was just on my desk, and so that was nice to get used up. And then I think the only other thing I use as an embellishment is the 2 arrows. So I'm going to use that teal arrow and that pink arrow, and then I'm also going to use 2 plus signs. And that is going to be all of my embellishments. So I kept it quite simple. I do go back and add a few more sequins. Not a ton, but a little bit just to kind of help highlight a few things. I figured the shaker pockets were a big enough statement, and I actually didn't want to distract from them very much, so I kind of kept everything the same. And I really like it. I think it's cute. The only other thing that I wish I had done, however, is that one shaker pocket, the very first one I did, is crooked. And looking at this layout, you can really tell, but you know what? That's part of things being handmade for me. It happens. So I'm just going to let it be. But it's crooked, very crooked, more so than what I normally make things. But I guess that's just how it's going to go. If you have any questions, please leave them in the description box below, and I'll be sure to get to them as quickly as I can. And don't forget, if you haven't subscribed yet, to do so. We are having tons more videos, and some really awesome, talented ladies are on this channel right now, so you want to make sure to check out all the videos. So thanks everyone so much for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye!